Fighting back against hate, support is growing for the AAPI community after a rise in attacks on Asians and Asian Americans during the pandemic.
Now top lawmakers are taking that fight to Capitol Hill.
We must confront and eliminate anti-Asian hate wherever it might raise its ugly head. Because discrimination against one of us is discrimination against all of us.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer just announced he'll be fast-tracking a bill called the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act, meant to ensure the quick review and prosecution of anti-Asian hate crimes by the Department of Justice. It is also meant to increase communication between federal, state, and local law enforcement to help track reports of those crimes. For more on this, let's bring in Cynthia Choi, co-founder of the group Stop AAPI Hate, which tracks reports of anti-Asian incidents from the community. Cynthia, thank you for joining us on such an important topic. And I actually want to start with that bill and something that I know that you wrote about. This is on its way to the Senate floor, and you co-wrote an op-ed in USA Today, which says, certainly steps such as these can help address the lack of hate crime reporting. But the fact remains that 90% of the incidents reported to us are not hate crimes because no underlying crime was committed. This is clearly a complicated issue, and it dates way back before the pandemic. So what kind of incidents are you talking about in that piece? Why is it so important to address them now?
Well, thank you so much for having me. I think it's really important to state here that this isn't a new issue for our community. But because COVID was racialized, it was exploiting anti-immigrant views, and I think it was exploiting a time of great fear in our country. As our op-ed stated, over 90% of the incidents are not actual hate crimes, and so what we would like to see is obviously that this issue is taken seriously, because without interventions, we may see matters escalate. The Atlanta area shootings is certainly an example of this type of racist views and obvious sexualized violence as well. And we're also saying that we need to have a comprehensive approach to this issue. And that's really what our work is all about. So hate crimes is one aspect of it, but we do need to take a whole of society approach to this very, very complicated issue.
Let's talk more about that, Cynthia. We are starting to see more action, everything from that bill we just talked about, rallies, big donations to AAPI organizations like yours. How much do you think all that is helping, and then what more needs to be done?
Well, our reporting center has established that this is an issue, and it's an important issue, not just for our community, but the entire nation. Our report setter says really that it's coming from all over the country, that Asian Americans are rising up, and all the other communities are also standing with us. So we do see this being encouraging, and we're seeing people speak out more. We are encouraging people to report to our center whether a crime has been committed or not. We need to know that this is happening in our schools, on our public streets, and in our workplaces, so that we can enforce existing civil rights and do education about why this is a problem.
And finally, Cynthia, for those of us who are not members of the AAPI community, but who very much want to show our support, which I know is a lot of people, I have seen the name of your organization, Stop AAPI Hate, all over my social media feeds from people who do want to support. What can be done?
There's so much that can be done. One is that you don't actually have to be Asian to come onto our site if you witness something that you believe is wrong. And the fact is, we are seeing more and more people talk about bystander intervention. If you see something, please intervene in a way that's safe, that really centers on the person that's being targeted. What's worse than being a target of hate is having people stand by and do nothing. We want people to be engaged. This is such a challenging time. The trial that's happening now with regard to Derek Chauvin. There's so many communities that are hurting right now. So please continue to be engaged on this issue, learn more. And you can go to our website at Stop AAPI Hate to learn what more you can do to support our community.
Cynthia, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for everything you're doing to raise awareness about this important issue.
We're so happy to have you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.